Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everybody is having a great time. So before I begin today's video, I would like to take a moment to thank each one of you sufficiently for viewing, liking, commenting on my videos, and special thanks to those who have subscribed my channel. We hit above 280 subscribers. I'm so happy with that. Anyways, in my first video, we have spoken about the overview of the Canada's PR process. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the first step, that is ECA, Educational Credential Assessment, in detail. So I'm going to include three things. First one is the ECA through WES. I have done my assessment through WES, so I know how to submit the application and how to send those documents. So I'm going to include those things. And the second thing is the differences between the two most popular services. Those are WES and IQAS. IQAS is International Qualification Assessment Service. So some of my friends have done through IQAS as well. So I'm going to include the differences between the two. And the third thing is the most important one according to me. That is the frequently asked questions on the assessment. Some of the issues faced by the applicants and also by my friends are included in it, and how did they resolve it. So that's important, right? Okay, so let's get going and look into the first step now.
How to apply ECA with WES? Let's go to the World Educational Services site. It gives us two options. One is if you already have an account and sign in here, but we are new, so we'll get started here. And the process is a three-step evaluation process. Step number one is submitting our application, and step number two is getting ready with the documents and then sending it to WES. Step number three is WES is going to verify our credentials, create our report, and then deliver it to IRCC and to ourselves or to any recipient. Suppose if you have added a recipient as a college, then they will send it to them as well. So apply now. Since we are doing it for PR Canada, so we'll click at Canada and then ECA application for IRCC. So here's how we create our account. It is going to ask us name, date of birth, and then mailing address and security question. So pretty simple. Okay, so let's get started. You write your name, any random name. Well, I'm using my niece's name. And then your surname. If you have your middle name, then write it here. Date of birth. Since we do not have, right now we do not have any reference number, so no. And your mailing address. You must be having your mailing address already. I'm going to use my, I think I have already used previously, so I'll just use something different. And then the password. Enter the password. Okay, so here's how the password should be. One upper letter-case. Okay. And your security question. I always keep it as what's your pet's name? So Lucky. And yeah, if you want to subscribe to the WES newsletter, then click it here, yes, and create an account. Okay, so it says the email address is already in use, so I'll type it anything and create your account. So, okay, first name, last name, female, and then your mailing address. So fill out your mailing address properly and fill out your phone number. That's about it. Go to next. And then yeah, we have filled about the personal information. Now we are going to fill our credentials and education details. So there are a bunch of information given here. We need to make sure that we understand all of these. So yeah, the first one is if we have completed less than 1 year full-time post-secondary study, then WES recommends that we also include our secondary educational credential. And then the note here is each individual must complete a separate WES application. Credentials added for other individuals like spouse will not be included in your WES evaluation report. So many of the frequently asked questions are answered in this note itself. So the third one is only completed degrees or diplomas can be evaluated. And also WES do not evaluate occupational study, trade qualifications, and the short-term professional development programs or work experience. So yeah, and if part of your study for this credential was completed at a Canadian institution, we need to indicate those as well. So we are going to add our credential, country of education, India, and then write your university education. So yeah, fill out bachelor's. If you have completed bachelor's, fill out bachelor's, master's, or doctoral program. So I'm filling it bachelor's. So special requirements. So for these particular universities, you have to just click on these and then find out what needs to be done. So click here and find it out and do the needful. Name of the institution, Pune University, diploma, bachelor's in media science. So give your full name, then year awarded and years attended, and save it. It will take me to this page which asks add another credential. So if you have done masters, add it here. Let's go to the next. Okay, so and we have filled our educational details. So now it is asking, please enter the recipients you would like WES to send our evaluation report to. So the first recipient is you yourself and the mailing address which we have mentioned. And the recipient 2 is the IRCC itself. So if you want to add any of other recipient like college, then add it here and then go to next. Yeah, so the primary purpose of our evaluation is immigration. The processing time is 35 business days and the available evaluation packages features are mentioned here. ECA report in PDF format, ECA report accessible by IRCC, official paper, electronic storage, and the cost of WES is to 20 Canadian dollar. So yep, go to next. And so select the delivery option for each recipient. There are two options, standard one with no tracking and the tracking. Tracking is pretty costly, so I would suggest standard because whenever you want to get your status or know your status, you just have to log in your WES and the status would be updated. So no worries even if it is not tracking. So yeah, we'll select standard. And your ECA report will be delivered electronically to IRCC as mentioned here. So yeah, you don't have to send by yourself to IRCC. So what are the documents we need to send? There are only two documents needed to be sent to WES, guys. So these are, first one is the degree certificate, that's final or provisional, and the second one is the mark sheets or the statement of marks. So we do not have to send the originals to WES, but yes, we are going to make the copies of degree certificate and the mark sheets and then get it attested and sealed by the designated official of the institution. Okay, so there are two things which is good to know here. So first thing is how to request our transcripts from our institution or the university. So you can use this academic record request form. So yeah, this is a PDF form. You just click it here and then you can download it. There is a section where you need to fill your particulars, these particulars, and the section B is for authorized officials. Send these request form to your university or the institution, and yeah, they will understand that this is a request for WES thingy, and then the officials of the institution will be doing their needful, right? Okay, so but then it is not mandatory that you use the academic records request form. So I have heard that some of the institutions have their own separate site where you can apply for your transcripts, so whichever is convenient to you, you can use it. Okay, and then the frequently asked question again is how the sealed envelope would look like. So there's a have a question tab here. Here's some of the frequently asked questions. These are important and especially for Indian applicants. So yeah, document requirements for India. You just check it here and it shows that what are the changes being happened after December 1, 2018. Which is like WES is not accepting any documents sent by the individual, but it will accept only and only those documents sent by the institution. So yeah, this is what it is written. And the second one is how long does it take for WES to complete an evaluation. And the third one is how should I send my academic transcripts. Yay, this is what I wanted to show to you, how to send academic documents in a sealed envelope to WES. So you take your sealed envelope from your institution, and the sealed envelope would look like in this way. Name of academic institution, address would be written, and WES reference number should also be mentioned here, and the World Educational Services address would be mentioned. And the back of the sealed envelope will be having a seal, stamp or signature all across this place. So this is how we are going to send the documents, right? Alrighty, so yeah, okay, then next, just review whatever you have filled it. Please review your application and make sure all the information is correct. So yeah, this is how you're going to check your profile information, your evaluation purpose, and then your education detail, your evaluation. If at all anything needs to be changed, please do the needful. And then your total price is $227 Canadian dollar. Yeah, so applicant acknowledgement, I authorize WES to verify authenticity. Yeah, so click all of those and then say next. Please confirm your name and date of birth, and then you confirm it. I'm not a resident of Canada for purposes of this. I'm a resident of, so you are not. So you just need to continue here, and then you pay it. So you're going to pay it with a credit card. I do not have any of those, so I have used this credit card. So yeah, so it is going to ask the name of the card number, and the billing address, and then you just submit the payment. I'm not going to fill all of this because just for the demonstration's sake I have done it. For you, you need to pay it, and then that's how you are going to fill your application. Yes, it's pretty simple, I think. So yeah, now you can you have your own account and you can log in to WES site whenever you want. So yep, that is it for the WES application form submission. And yeah, let's check the differences between WES and IQAS. The list of the differences for WES and IQAS are listed here. The first difference is the duration. WES takes about 35 to 40 business days for evaluation, while IQAS takes about 4 to 5 months. WES accepts lesser universities compared to IQAS. The cost for the WES is $227 Canadian dollar, while for IQAS it is $275 Canadian dollar. $75 for the mail is for the mailing address worldwide except for the Canada. For Canada, it is about 15 Canadian dollars. WES accepts provisional certificates while IQAS does not. We can check the preview of the ECA in WES, but it is not possible in IQAS. I've listed down the documents to be sent to WES and IQAS separately. So let's check for the WES first. Attested copy of degree certificate, it can be final or provisional. Attested copy of the mark sheet or the grade. Academic records request form, which is optional in both the cases. And the translation if required, if the documents are not in English language. It is applicable for both WES and IQAS. So all the documents should be clear and legible. When you send it, WES reference number should be indicated on all envelopes, and we have to make sure that our transcripts are placed in an envelope which is signed and sealed across the back flap. I've spoken about this already, so I'm not focusing on this right now. And for Indian applicants, university should be sending the envelope to WES. For Pakistani applicants, along with the documents mentioned, attested HSC and SSC should be sent directly by Board of Intermediate or Secondary Education. So the documents to be sent to IQAS are listed here. The first one is the attested copy of degree or diploma certificate. It has to be final and not the provisional. Second one is the official academic transcripts or the mark sheets. And the third one is academic records request form, which is optional, and the translations are required for all non-English educational documents. And the fifth one is the envelope has to be included with the IQAS application form, which is completed, and it has to be printed and signed. And checklist of the ECA, the list should include the credentials on your checklist that you want to assess, and the photocopy of your passport, proof of name change if applicable, and the payment receipt. So in IQAS, the documents are more as compared to the WES. Show you the contact details of WES and IQAS. So yeah, Now let's see the frequently asked questions on ECA. First question. My university is not listed in WES site, so what should we do? Should I go with IQAS? WES evaluates credentials of the universities even if it is not listed in their site. So many Indian universities were also updated recently, so this should not be the reason for you to choose IQAS. The second question, should we evaluate only the highest degree? So the answer is yes for the degrees obtained from the UK, USA, Australia or Germany, but no for the degrees obtained from countries like UAE, India, Malaysia, Pakistan and similar countries. Okay, so to be noted here is for Indian degrees like Master of Technology, Master of Engineering, Master of Philosophy and Master of Education, Bachelor's is not necessary to be evaluated. Okay, let's check the third question. So, is distance education accepted by any ECA services or is it valid for Canada's PR? So the answer is yes, provided the distance course is approved by UGC DEC for the years you have enrolled for the course. I've mentioned it in this way because sometimes Distance Education Bureau changes rules and some of the universities get approved by UGC for some of the years but not all the years. So this applies for all the distance courses. So question number 4. WES stopped evaluating Punjab Technical University and how did it get resolved? Students communicated university authorities and university made official communications with WES. WES came up with two proposals, direct secure electronic transmission of documents or to develop online verification of documents via an online portal. University has agreed the proposals and verification is smoothly completed for any applicants. And special thanks to my friend Harsimran for the information. Okay, so question number 5. How to evaluate Sikkim Manipal University credentials? We know that WES does not evaluate Sikkim Manipal University credentials, so you can go ahead and do the assessment with IQAS, ICAS or CES or any other services approved by IRCC. Let's see the question number 6. What to do if name is changed or different in passport and mark sheet or certificates? So for WES, create WES account with the name as in the passport, fill the application form as per mark sheet or certificates, report on WES ECA is likely to come out as names and credentials differ with the name indicated above. So you need an affidavit for that, stating about difference in the name. Use the affidavit for rest of your ITA or visa application. So for IQAS as well, the process would be quite similar, but yes, we need to include previous name information in the online application, and in the document checklist we need to upload the proof of name change, which can be of like passport, affidavit, marriage certificate or birth certificate. Let's look into question number 7. Can we send the documents for 2 degrees in one envelope? Yes, we can, provided information like reference number is clear and legible. Question number 8. Can my documents and spouse's documents be sent in one envelope? The answer is yes, we can, provided information like reference number is clear and legible. Yeah. So the above holds true for all except Indian applicants. For Indian applicants, institute or university has to send the documents. So different university for 2 degrees would end up having 2 envelopes. So that's about the frequently asked questions, and
that's about it for today's video. And in my subsequent videos, I'm going to share you the next steps for the process. And if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Like, subscribe, share, and do whatever you want. Please give the comments. That's it. Yep. See you soon. Bye-bye.
I can't forget